Hi there, Catherine Mattice. I'm the conference chair this year on the International Association on Workplace Bullying and Harassment. The conference is here in San Diego, where I live. I'm honored to bring it here to the United States. The conference, after 26 years, has never been in the United States. So this is an awesome time for people in this neck of the world to take advantage and come. So I'm with one of the speakers here, Donna Stemmer. Donna, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm the founder of WorkRight 23, an application that's starting to address workplace bullying in the New Zealand context.
Okay, and what led you to design this platform?
Experiencing bullying, one, and then as an HR executive, investigating bullying and being exited because they didn't like the outcome, and then deciding that after we've probably done over 800 interviews now and done the analysis of that informed looking at the New Zealand I'm going to struggle for my words now that I'm looking at the New Zealand context of what was working, what wasn't, and where the gaps and the overlaps were within the systems. And then we looked at what we can do to solve that. Because if you're going to address workplace bullying, you have to educate what it is and what it isn't, and all the variations of that. You have to be able to allow targets a safe place to record and report. You have to be able to provide support for management for the correct investigations around any incidences and or cases. And you have to have reform anything from re-education of management and staff, because sometimes it's a subordinate that's doing the bullying, clear through to prosecution. And we can do that within this context in New Zealand.
Wow. And tell me some of what you found inside these patterns and things that you're learning.
One of probably the most exciting things is looking at, we have what's called WorkSafe here, which investigates health and safety issues across the country. And you look at the regulations, and while they have documentation on workplace bullying and what needs to be done, they've never done an investigation. Well, you ask the question, why? So in our interviews or re-interviewing people, we've had targets and we've had management in these interviews. There's no regulations about it, but the biggest issue is there's so much variance on what adult bullying is, that how do they decide what? And so it tends to be pushed back to the individual. And now that we can actually graph the intensity of incidents over time and mapping the frequencies through the platform, we can actually now show if it's just a abusive workplace relationship, it has a very flat regression line over those incidents. If it's workplace bullying, it has a very horizontal, well, not a horizontal, an increasing intensity over time, and you can see that mapping. And with that kind of mapping, then it also lets us build in and look at the natural justice issues like false accusations being made, because there'll be outliers, because they don't necessarily know how the whole back end work. When you start making false outs, you get these stream outliers that you can go investigate then before everything gets turned over to a lawyer to actually take on a client.
That makes sense, because they wouldn't know kind of the story or the patterns of how that stuff unfolds.
That bit to be able to define what the different types of bullyings look like by a pattern has been extremely powerful in supporting targets to get to resolution and to some justice.
That is awesome. Now, what the name WorkRight 23 is an interesting one. Why WorkRight 23?
Well, easy. The 23 is from this incredible document called the Human Rights. It is the 23rd article, and it is right to employment and protection from unemployment. We wanted what we're doing to be based on something higher than state or national law. Is a higher right that we are entitled to as employees. And so that 23 is specific like that. Work is just because we're talking about adult bullying and work, and right is more about the efficiencies and the effectiveness, making sure that you're doing the right things and you're doing the things in the right way. So it's a play off of the work I used to do prior to this.
Okay, that's awesome. And tell me, Donna, what are you most excited about in coming to the conference here in San Diego?
I think the collaboration with others. I have found over the last 6 months that as we've started reaching out, because most of the growth we've had has been organic, it's been by word of mouth, and we're just starting to do more marketing. But as I've reached out to be able to form partnerships and to share data and to be able to continue the research on a wider scope has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think I look forward to that most.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. We're in San Diego. We get to network and learn from other professionals in our world, but coming at it from a completely different angle. And I'm just looking forward to it. We have over 100 presentations. So
Yeah.
it's going to be cool. It's going to be really cool. Well, thank you, Donna, for joining me. And I look forward to meeting you here in San Diego.
Look forward to meeting you too.